Today is New Year's Day. I have a quick recipe for you. It's a gourmet flatbread pizza. It's really simple, but at the same time, the complexity of the flavors are just to die for. So again, it's the day off, but I'm going to make some anyway and make another video. And I did get some of your requests, and I will get those out to you as soon as I can. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate all the support. Okay, to make the dough portion, all you're going to need is 1.5 cups all-purpose flour. Bread flour works just as good, but all-purpose is just fine. Then you're going to need 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Then you're going to need 3/4 of a teaspoon of sea salt or kosher salt. As you know, I use kosher salt for everything. Then you're going to need 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and lastly, 1/2 cup of warm water. Put all of your dry ingredients into your mixer or into your bowl and give them a quick little combination. I just use a dough hook, works just fine. And then just go ahead and slowly incorporate that oil in. And then add your warm water to the mixture. Just goes nice and slow. Now again, if you don't have all this, just mix it all together in a bowl and then just add the oil in the middle and then just start pouring your water in and just mix it up. So we'll give this a minute or two. So just scrape down the sides. And it'll all come together to a shaggy-ish dough. Okay, so your dough should look about like that. Okay, this is getting harder and harder to in-camera edit, so keep having to touch my camera. A nice flour surface. This, I just take a handful of flour, set it down, grab some, and spread it out. What you want to get is a nice, smooth dough. And it's pretty much with those ingredients it should be. You can add more water if it's a little dry, or add a little more flour if it's a little wet. But that's pretty good right there. So this is how I was taught. You pull, stretch underneath like so, and you're pulling with your palms, going that way, and it releases all the sticky parts. And then just give it a roll. Let that sit for 15 minutes. While that rests, I'm going to show you basically what goes in. You can use the dry Italian seasoning, basically oregano, basil, whatever you want. I don't give out what I put in. And dry ingredients work best with this versus the fresh. Then you're going to need about 1.5 teaspoons of both onion powder and garlic powder. That's my own flavor enhancer. That's a pinch, just a pinch, one of these, of cayenne pepper. Black pepper, coarse black pepper, and then 2 finger pinch of salt and the black pepper. Now I have big hands, I'm 6'2", and I have some pretty big hands, so you might want to use 3 fingers. So this is a 2-finger pinch, that's a 3-finger pinch, and then put that in. All right, get yourself a can of 6-ounce tomato paste. Go ahead and spread that out. Add 2/3 cup of water. And then just stir it in. Switch out to a whisk. And you want to get that all broken up and incorporate it in there nicely. Now take your dry ingredients all together. Get them all in there. and just stir it up. Now this is a personal preference. You can add more seasoning as onion, garlic powder, whatever you like. But this is your base sauce. And this we're going to let sit for, again, 15 minutes, which is enough time to roll out the dough. And then we're going to add just a little bit more water to it because it will thicken up a little bit more. So here's your consistency. I can't even tell if you can see that. There we go. Slow moving. So it's nice and thick. Okay, then you just roll out your dough. About like so. I know it's kind of hard to do this while I'm doing the camera around my neck. I'm getting used to it though. I'm getting there. So on these, you want to make more of an oblong shape, kind of oval, instead of a circle. And just pull it out, stretch it. If you want to put that all that excess, see if I can get my camera there, all that excess, and make yourself a little bit of a crust. I cannot see what I'm doing. There we go. Now I can see my fingers again. The camera's in the way. All right, tighten it up, make it look good. Presentation, eat with your eyes first, right? All right. Okay, now it's just transferred onto a cookie sheet. Put that this way. It does not have to be perfect. I am getting notifications like crazy, guys. Thank you. Yeah, I'm liking this TikTok thing. All right, that's it. That's all you have to do. Prep it and set this aside because we're going to do a little bit more magic to that marinara sauce. Now that this has had time to sit, this is nice and thick. I mean, I could pick it up with the look at that stiff peak. Look at that. Hopefully you can see that. I don't know. There's some stiff peaks on it. So, get yourself a little over 1/4 cup of red wine. Pour a little in. And let's thin this down. Instead of water, we're going to use wine. Now, you can use chicken stock for this marinara. I don't. Only because the flavors that are in here are amazing. All right, so we still got some stiff peaks, so I'm going to go half more. And you hope that you can get it to the consistency you want without using all of the wine, because if you do, that means you get to drink this part. Hey, it's my kitchen. I can do what I want. All right, we're almost there. Yeah, I'm going to have to use the whole thing. That's okay. I don't drink, actually. I haven't taken a drink in a long, long time. There we go. So no stiff peaks. Nice and fluid. There we go. And of course, always taste. Okay, that's really good. But, okay, I let it sit for just a bit, and it needed more salt and pepper. Now, do you need to heat this up? Do you need to cook it? You can. You don't need to, because you're going to be cooking it on the flatbread pizza. Taste. Wow, we hit it that time. I actually hit it with a little more garlic powder and onion powder and a pinch more of cayenne. And I'm sorry, I do not have the tripod with the light on it, so it's a little harder for you guys to see. Oh, yeah. All right, get your basil out, peel off all the stems, do a quick little chiffonade, which is basically rolled up all the little pieces that are left over. And I don't know if you can see this or not because I'm looking at the food because of the knife and not my camera. So just do a quick little chiffonade. There you go. That's nice. Okay, and add that to your marinara sauce. Okay, and let it sit. Okay, and this part is up to you if you want to make your own mozzarella, which I do during service, but this I purchased. So you want to go real thin slices. Let's see if I can get the camera there if you can see it. Let the knife do the work. Make sure you have a sharp knife. Just slide it down, squaring it up. And I know everyone knows how to cut by now. Forward and backwards, little sawing motions. Let the knife do the work. And it does help if your cheese is really cold. There we go. So nice thin pieces. Try to do a consistency of cut. And I'm going to take this little terrible piece that I was rounding off. Throw that in too. There we go, basil. I still didn't get it. Okay, assembly. Super simple. Get yourself a tablespoon. It's a regular spoon. Get about 1.5 on there to start. See if that's going to be enough. Just go around in circles, spreading it out evenly. Get to those edges. Get it right up to the edge of where that crust is. Add another half. Now if you notice, there's some bigger chunks I threw in there of the basil. And that's just for a burst of flavor. There we go. So about 2 tablespoons of that. Super simple. Now this is up to you if you want to do the slices or you want to do the shredded cheese. Make sure you shred your own, those guys. They have cellulose, all kinds of crap in that other stuff. You don't want that. So I'm going to go about like this. And I'm going to go grate up just a little bit of it. Right after I place some basil and garlic. So you can top it with whatever you'd like. But this is my basil and garlic pizza. All right, grated up a little bit of it. And finally, a little bit on the top of some garlic salt. This does not come out fast. I'm not using a lot. So, let you see it. It's barely coming out. So, there we go. See, not a whole lot. There we go. Get yourself a garlic clove and chop it up. I'm going to regret this. My hand's going to smell like garlic. But once you get it nice and chopped up, just sprinkle it a little bit over. I use about 1/2 a clove. And I've got to go wash my hands. And give that about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, you're going to want to save just a little bit. Let's clean this off so you can see it. Just about 1/2 a tablespoon. Yum. So as you're cleaning up, make sure you save at least half. We're going to sprinkle that right on top as soon as it comes out of the oven. And just for fun, I went outside real quick, made myself a snowball. That's how cold it is right now. Boy, this would be a good one. Yeah, I threw it. Okay, back to the pizza. So if you push and it has that little dent in there, it is not ready. Here's another thing you can do. You can just preheat these, get them pre-baked just before they start turning golden brown. And once you get that nice and baked, just take them out and you'll get that nice charred look at the same settings of about 400 degrees, top and bottom with a fan. Okay, hopefully I can get this. Once you start seeing some brown, just keep an eye on it. You want it a little bit more brown than that, and then pull it out. Sorry guys, the video didn't record. I basically took some melted butter, went around the edge, sprinkled a little bit of garlic salt around it. And there you go. All that's left, like so. I'm hoping I can catch this on the camera. Let me move this up a bit. There we go. I need to be able to see. Perfect. Crunchy crust. Now, this is how you serve it. This is how you get your pizza. And you serve it like that. Since this is for me, I'm going this way. Oh, that's going to be a good one. Well, let's put it back together. And get rid of my dirty knife. And the last thing you need to do is just dab. Don't worry about it being cold. This thing is piping hot. You want it just dabbed, just on the outside. Like so. Oh, I didn't even catch that in there. So basically all I'm doing is barely tapping it, getting some of that on there. And just on the outside. And hope I caught that on camera.